Hello everyone, Shadefire here, and welcome to this little playthrough of Mistake, which, as far as I can tell, should probably only take a single episode. This is a Half-Life 1 mod that was in my list of mods to check out after The Hunger was complete, which it is at the time of this recording. So I thought we'd get to this one first because it seems like it's pretty short. I think it's only like 20 minutes long. I could be wrong, but that's what I was getting from the ModDB page. And this is a horror mod. I'm always curious when we get the option for the training room if it's going to be a unique thing. Let's load into it and see what happens. Or if it's just going to be the intro. Because I think some of them it is just the intro. Alright. This is just the start of the game because I did load it up to make sure it was working. Apparently we are in an asylum right now, so it's one of those kind of stereotypical horror settings. Okay, we've got some crates, got a locked door, got a vent that doesn't do anything. What about this? Alright, there we go. We don't have a flashlight yet, but there is a flashlight key, so I'm hoping we get one pretty quick. Now, one thing that's a little bit concerning is that this mod is from the people who would later make the mod Grey, a Half-Life 2 mod, which I remember disliking quite a bit for having that very shitty kind of horror enemy design that some Half-Life mod makers like, in which everything just sprints at 100 miles an hour. So hopefully we don't have to deal with that they didn't start with that right away. But like Cry of Fear very much falls into that same category of bad enemy design. Oh, flashlight. It seems like a better flashlight than the default Half-Life one. It's definitely bigger. And it looks like from the thing at the top right, it doesn't have a battery meter, so we just can always have it. Alright, there are some Half-Life noises coming from this direction. Wonder if we can go in this vent. None of these doors appear to open. So this is a newer mod, as far as I can tell, than The Hunger. I think this was released in 2006. Though that might have been a re-release or a patch or something. It's hard to tell with some ModDB pages. Alright. We've got a fan there with a ladder, so that's clearly the way we need to go. Okay. I'm hearing some vague, spooky ASMR in my ear. Okay. Starting to feel like we're just in one of those horror Gmod maps. Where we're just gonna get stock scream sounds and whatnot. Okay, careful with the ladder. Oh. Okay, so much for careful with the ladder. This is a very low-res water texture. Like, that's worse than the default Half-Life one, isn't it? Wait, what does that say? Maintenance area. Down here in these sewer tunnels. Okay. I was like, we don't have anything to open that with, but it just exploded on impact. Fuel room. Tiny crate. This does not do anything? This panel? It looks like it should do something. So I don't actually know if this mod's any good. I'm not really sure why I picked it. I don't remember, because a bunch of these I downloaded forever ago. And they've just been kind of sitting in my Steam list to be remembered someday. But yeah, I looked this one up and saw that it was short, so that's why I'm doing this one first. There is a sequel prequel called Mistake -1, so maybe that might be worth checking out after this. It might be a little more developed, but I'm not sure yet. So far, we've just kind of walked through some dark corridors. I don't know what that was. Queen Victoria. Kind of a weird place to find just a portrait of the Queen. Maintenance access. Okay, so... we turned on the fuel room? I don't know why we needed fuel. Did we see something that needed fuel? Or are we just, like, filling up the sewer with fuel? Nope, it seems to have opened this door. Wait, no. Now I'm confused. This is the fuel room, okay. So that wasn't the fuel room, that was just the access to the fuel room. And there does appear to be fuel here, as well as a lot of chains hanging from the ceiling. Like, they do know that's not a normal feature, right? How am I supposed to tell when I'm in the maintenance room? Let's look around, you'll see a bunch of chains hanging from the ceiling. That's how you know it's a maintenance room. I mean, this place has seen better days. There's explosion decals everywhere. Is this a door? What is this? I believe there are enemies in this mod. It's not just a spook house. Because there is enemy design shown off in the screenshots for the mod. Okay. Whoa. Let's see, what is that meat cube on the ground? And these meat sacks. Alright. Guess we're not going back that way. These don't look like doors you should be able to interact with, because they look like they're just textures, but then they just kind of open when you bump them. Is that a note? It seems to be just someone's list of ingredients. Well, that looked like a little bit like a spooky zombie. And this is just a closet full of tables. So this is the other side of whatever these are. I guess we'll go down this chute. Ow, that almost killed me. And that was probably where I was supposed to go. Right this way, sir, through the meat hallway. Now I'm in a, I was gonna say padded cell, but this appears to be concrete. Where's the baby? Okay. I know I said that this was a more recent mod, but it sure doesn't feel like it. I don't know, maybe I've just played enough decent Half-Life mods now that I have higher expectations than I should for horror mods. I really can't tell what that says. Salutation? What is with all these weird historical posters? The Prince Arthur. Hop over these rusty metal chairs. These look a little more recent. Child's Play. And is it sleigh bells? Sleigh... I Can't tell what the second word is. Never heard of that movie. The Grudge. Cube. Canadian classic Cube. Oh, also a corpse. Don't forget that. It's no time for a meet and greet. So far I'm not really seeing anything horrific. This seems like just a typical asylum. You know, maybe it needs a little bit more sanitation, but this all seems above board. Is that just a movie called Wilderness? Man, I have not heard of some of these. Some of these are like very B-movie horror movies. Them. The Ring. I think The Grudge would be the most recent of these. Well, I mean, aside from the ones I can't identify. I think that was, what, like 2006? The Ring was like 2002, 2003. And then The Grudge came after that. American knockoffs of foreign horror movies. Oh. No. I thought that was somebody standing there, but that's just our friend. Hanging around. Alright, don't touch the barbed wire. So, where do we go now? Dartboard. I thought there was something in here we needed, but seems like it's just a desk. Can't knock over that. Alright, maybe we just have to backtrack now until something else spooky happens. Also, I wouldn't consider Cube a horror movie. It seems kind of out of place with these other ones. Oh, maybe this will heal me. Or not. Thought it would be like a hold E on it and it will heal you. Can't do anything with the shelf, can I? I really don't have a lot of options for interacting with things. It's pretty much go up to them and hit E. And hope something happens. Unless it's still on enter, but it shouldn't be. Pretty sure I changed the controls. Use items, yeah, E. So I either walk up and touch them, or I hit E on them. We just have to find the thing that needs to be E'd. Is it the corpse? Can he help us? Can't knock over the shelves. Seems like we have to be back here. Right? Kind of thought there was a ladder hidden behind there, but that's just the pipes connected. So that doesn't open. I feel like this should do something. It just looks kind of out of place to not do anything. Like, logic tells me there has to be something we need to do in here first before we continue. Maybe I can just jump up there? Not that I think that would do anything. Well, my other idea is that to escape, we need to kill ourselves on this barbed wire. Kind of a dumb idea, but possible. You never know what people are thinking with some of these mods. You know, we'll die here and wake up somewhere else. No, definitely seems like nothing happened, so maybe we just go further back? Oh. That's where we came from, isn't it? I'm gonna say, we can't go back, but I forgot there's a vent. Okay. We've got the spooky Silent Hill-esque breathing. I guess we got a key? Or something? And then it's silent. I feel like we're gonna need a crowbar to get through this vent. Or something equivalent. All these doors that you just walk into to open are really bothering me for some reason. Friday the 13th, the original. Well, I'm starting to think so far that this was a mistake to play through. It's just kind of like, hey, look, we made a spooky asylum with 666 on the wall. That's how you know it's the devil's asylum. And sometimes a spooky monster man walks by. Oh good, we got like 12 health. I mean, someone clearly liked Silent Hill. Administrator. Is that the administrator hanging in there? Boogeyman. Waste management. I feel like I need a waste management for my channel sometimes. A knife! Now we can stab whatever comes our way. And it's probably going to come out our way at 100 miles an hour. Alright, another Silent Hill hallway, where we can see through the grating in the floor. Body bags. Another sludge pit. That was just a headcrab zombie swing, but he seemed a little buffer than a headcrab zombie. Okay. Only one of them is openable. Some more health. We're slowly getting back up to full health after falling through the vent. I believe... Oh, this is bad. So I believe we need to kill this fella. I'm going to call him Big Paul. And he moves at a reasonable pace. So I wasn't sure if we'd actually end up getting combat after how this started. Okay, nothing in here. Only half a torso in here. Nightmare. Wow, there's a lot of, like, 90s and 2000s horror movies I've never heard of here. I just saw at the bottom left that we found a key. It's a really weird place to put that message, because I very much did not notice it if we saw them before. Laburnum. Authorized personnel only in the meat room. Okay, that's where we killed that fella. You know, with all these bottles lying around, I wonder if our character was suffering from alcoholism, and it's symbolic. Like they say in Alcoholics Anonymous, the first step is admitting you can't stab away your alcoholism. Are you gonna come in? He's got like a big old smile on his face. He's happy to be a meat thing. Huh. Kinda thought he'd be a little tougher than the other one. Don't worry, pal. Now you're gone, and you're not a problem for anyone. Left behind like a tiny little coil of intestine. Seems like violence is becoming the answer pretty quickly for this guy. Okay, we used our key. Alright. Don't question how that switch was, like, you know, sticking up under that box. Cleaning supplies. Really, not a whole lot of cleaning supplies in here. There's an ashtray, a broom, and a cart. To put the ashtray on, I guess. This is a padded cell that can only be accessed through a tiny crawl space. What is this, a padded cell for ants? It needs to be at least this many times bigger. Oh. Fell into a trap. Oh, now it's clean again. And my knife is gone. Really? Now there's a tiny door on it. I don't know if these abrupt cuts are supposed to be, like, shocking. You're like, oh, where am I now? Or just kind of annoying. But we seem to have cleaned up the asylum with our murder. The Fountains Abbey. He's wearing gloves, but otherwise that's just a regular Half-Life scientist. Alright, now we're back in slightly dirtier asylum. Now we're... Alright. That almost seems like it's just for comical effect, rather than to be a surprise. Now you're here, now you're not there. I believe we've gone over the 20-minute mark at this point, so who knows how long this is actually going to be. Alright. Our knife has been returned to us. Not actually sure what the point of taking it away was if you're just going to give it back. Other than, it's symbolic. It's a very chill-looking zombie. Wearing his, like, polo. I really hope this is not just going to be a they look like monsters to you kind of moment where we're just killing, like, asylum staff. Because, oh, you're so crazy. And they take a lot of grinding. Usually a Half-Life body only takes like 2 seconds before it explodes. Okay. Spooky doctor. Oh, I can just yeet this over here. You know, if there's one sound that I definitely don't really like from Half-Life, it's that locked door sound. It's just... even in mods that have custom sounds, that's one they don't usually change. I need to find a switch to open this door. I guess I'll just slap it on this circuit board here. But why have the text be in the bottom left and not the center of the screen like most mods? Alright, where would I find a switch? That looks like I should be able to break it. Though I also don't think that should be blocking the door. You'd think it'd be in the storage closet, but that's also locked. Maybe it was here with Polo Guy? I guess I can get into the storage closet through the vent. You found a switch. And also some indestructible cardboard. You couldn't just, you know, let me go out the easy way? Back through the vent with you. We're still almost back at full health. We haven't quite reached it yet after that fall. So, if that doesn't lead to the storage room, where does this vent lead? Probably nowhere. Doesn't look like I can break it. Alright, we got our switch. Let's switch on some more scene changes, I guess. It made the locked sound and it opened. Conflicting messages. Okay. Those are the only doors that I need to hit E on so far. These are like shutter doors. I didn't realize you could make a drilling noise with a bone saw. Steve Rick, missing. And very redacted. I thought our character's name was Daniel. And that list from the freezer was up at the top right. The end. Alright. So, what did you get out of that? Because I didn't get a whole lot. I think perhaps that this particular mod creator is just a little incompatible with me. Because that's 2 now that I didn't like. But they can't all be winners, you know? And that's it. We don't actually get back to a menu or anything. So, there's another one of these, but I'm like debating, is it worth checking out? Probably not right away. You know, there are some other mods that I'd like to check out that are probably going to be a little bit better, but maybe Mistake -1 improves on Mistake. And doesn't have all the mistakes that they later make with Gray. I don't know. I've been Shadefire, this was a mistake, and I hope you don't feel like it was too much of a mistake. to join me in this playthrough. Take care, everyone.